We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. Sing it. Ugh. Let's pause this. Hello, doggy. We're going to wait for a minute, see if anybody else shows up. You're a little early. There's Chastity. Hello. My day is all right. How's yours? I'm glad it's good.
You did because, so I'm not sure why you got it, unless you just didn't sign up.
Ooh, everybody's having a good day. All right, I'm gonna go to school with you really quick. What? Are you serious? I can't log into school with you? That's weird. Let's see. Usually it just brings me right to it. So before we get started, really quick, I want to make sure you guys are, before we take the retake,
I made sure that we turned.
let Eral come in.
So just ignore it. Make sure that there's nothing in here that can violate them.
All right, I'm in the library. I'm assuming you guys can see this. Thumbs up if you can see this.
Yeah, we can see it.
Power terms. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Want to direct you guys there so that you guys can be really clear as to what these terms mean. And I think on the last one, outline. So give a brief account or summary. You can do that in a sentence, but just to say something does something is not enough. Like helicase unzips. Helicase unzips what? How? Right? So helicase, let's let everybody in here first. Apparently there's gonna be several people showing up today. I'm gonna wait till 3:17 so I don't repeat myself. Earl, you're not on your phone, right?
Maybe I am.
Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you're gonna not have a chance to retake this.
What? Hold on, I'll switch.
Yeah, you wanna have a computer. D, whatever that is, Donna, what is that? Yeah, I get it's a face, but like, what is it indicative of? Eral should be here in a moment. Well, when Eral, there he is. Okay, here we go. Welcome back, Eral. Okay, so why did people not get points? So I've unlocked the previous quiz so that you guys can see that. There are several people that go, I said helicase unzips. Unzips what? So you would need to, like, if it says outline how helicase and ligase operate in DNA replication, you need to kind of give it more of a summary. So in this case, you would say something like, helicase is going to break the hydrogen bonds to unzip the helices of DNA, or the double strand of DNA. You can't just say helicase breaks DNA. What do you mean it breaks it? How does it break it? Give some more information there. Another thing, if it says that if the word count is 100, and you can see the word count, and you're giving 10 words, you probably aren't fully answering this particular question. So really think your way through it. The third piece of advice I would give you guys, and I'm assuming that all of you guys watched the last office hours video that I posted. The third piece of advice that I would give you guys is do not think that you're going to copy and paste or paraphrase something from the internet. I'm going to find it. I'm going to literally take every time you have an answer. I don't care who it is. I don't even know who's I'm grading. I do two things. I copy and paste the answer and I put it into Google and I look at the top 3 websites that it brings up. The other thing I do is I take the question and I copy and paste it into Google and I read the top 3 things that it brings up. Now, I will probably start going, now that I've said that to you guys, start doing the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and I will read those websites religiously to see if I recognize anything that comes up. Also, when you copy and paste, there's another method that I can see on Schoology. I can't tell you what it is because if I do, then I'm really going to give away my last secret. If you plagiarize, you are not going to get anything other than a 50. I'm just going to put a 50 in. I'm not saying that that was you guys in the last quiz, but it was, I bet, 20 to 25% of your classmates. So please do not do that. If you do that, I'm going to see it. I'm going to catch it. I need to get this over with and done so that you guys put forth the time and effort it's going to take so that you get credit for the course. I kind of have a one-track mind in that we need to get better at this so that we're going to get college credit, because college credit is going to save you money. If anything else, I want that for you guys. So if you need a moment, if you would like to ask me about any of these other command terms, take 2 or 3 minutes. This is in the library. See which one it is, and then ask me about it. So we'll come back together at 3:23. Go to the library, see the power terms. Is there a power term you want me to go over? What in the heck is all this?
Well, yeah, it can be, but, no, I didn't try to, but a few students couldn't because of their lower rear. Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll get that one. Let's describe. All right, 30 seconds, and then we'll come back together. Drop the ones that you want me to go over in the chat box. Yes, it's going to, but I'm trying to go over why people are making mistakes. So yes, the replication retake is in a moment, but there were several people that did not get credit for it, and part of it was they weren't paying attention to the command terms, and the second was plagiarism. And I'm making sure that you guys understand that I'm checking for that, and I will be for the remainder of the next 5 quarters. Okay, so if there's anything else, I got one person that said they want to know the difference between describe and outline. If you're going to give a description of something, the biggest thing is you need to give a detailed account of it. So in this case, I would not only say that helicase helicase breaks the base pairs in replication, but if I were, that would be outline. To describe that, as I would say, helicase breaks the bonds, breaks the hydrogen bonds between the base pairs in DNA replication so that DNA polymerase can bind to the nucleotides to replace them. I would give a very detailed account of how that was happening. I would give a little more specificity to it. I might even mention that DNA helicase is an enzyme that is going to be breaking the hydrogen bonds between the base pairs so that DNA replication can take place. I'm going to be very detailed about that if I'm using describe. I would use 2 sentences instead of just one. I would try to, matter of fact, I would try to go as detailed as 3 sentences. To describe something is to paint a picture of how that is happening. So we just need to be as specific as possible to get the most points. Yeah, I mean, and also look at the marks. Like it says on there, if it says 2 marks, you know, you need to do 2 different things. If it says describe replication, then you need to describe replicates 5 different, and there's 5 possibilities on the quiz, then you need to give 5 examples of how DNA replication is occurring. Describe what's happening with the leading strand and the lagging strand and ligase and primase and DNA polymerase 1 and 2 helicase. Really get into the specifics as much as possible. Don't be vague. Don't be vague. What is the difference between determine and identify? You know, determine and identify really to me mean essentially the same thing. Let's see. Determine is to kind of make a decision as how you got there. Let's find determine. Obtain the only possible answer. So it's really kind of making a determination using some data, but you could also think about identifying being a very similar, because you're identifying, you're pinpointing what is the answer. But determining is often going to be you're making a decision based on some data. So that would really be a lot of the difference between identify and determine. You're going to be giving a reason for your answer rather than just an answer, because you're obtaining the only possible answer. So maybe give an example of how you came up with that answer would be determined. All right, anybody else that would like me to go over a power term, please say so. Okay, I am going to open it. If nobody else, I'm going to go and open the quiz for you. So hold tight, Buddha-Saki. I'll show you where it's going to be found. I'm assuming you guys can see this. Thumbs up, you guys can see. What is it? Somebody tell me what it says right here. I'm waving my hand around.
Genetics.
Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. I put it in the replication folder, even though that's not where we took the last quiz. I'm going to go there. It says replication retake. You can see that. When I click on it, I'm going to see how much time we have. So we can, let's see. So there's 5 points in the first one. 6, there's only 2 questions, but the first one is for 5 points. Let's go to setup. You're going to have 9 minutes. 9 minutes. If you're in first period, it is published now in the replication folder. I'm going to go to period 3 and do the same thing. Once you start, make sure you're ready. Or make sure you're ready before you start. You probably want to have your guided notes. I know some people are using their guided notes. It is replication here. And in 10 minutes, if anybody would like to review the quiz for today, I'll review the quiz for today. They're both published. I'll be quiet. You have 10 minutes before I start. Okay, looks like most of you have finished. I will start in 1 minute going over today's quiz, if you would like me to go over today's quiz. I'm going to go ahead and record this. Everybody likes to be recorded. It's really important. My annotation tool that I use in class does not work when I draw on a web-based document. It only works on like a Word document or a PowerPoint. So I'll have to use my other little dinky annotation tool from Zoom to do this. So let's look at the very first one. Most people got this one, but there was a few people that did not. Something that's really helpful when you guys do this to make it sure it goes quickly is to break this into its triplet codon. So the very first one is UGG. So let's see, UGG, tryptophan. Now, as a tip, I would not go any further than this. I've got threonine. I don't need this one. That one is ruled out. Tryptophan right there. I'm good. I'm done. I probably got my answer without having to go any further. There was really no reason to go, I don't think, past this first one. Let's see really quick. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to clear the drawings and let's see. Yep, that's the only one, tryptophan, right there, done. I don't even need to go any further. Save your time on something like this, especially if it's multiple choice. You can see that all of these are going to be different. So if you just transcribe the very first codon, there's no need to transcribe the second and third. Save yourself some time and use a little tip like that so you can spend some time doing the others. The others, we had to actually do a little more work. So let's do one that takes a little more work. Preview the question. I'm going to use my annotation tool. Again, whenever you take these at home, or the kids in the class, they can use pen and paper. You probably want to bring pen and paper to class to be able to make this a lot easier and faster. So I'm going to break this into triplet. Man, that was tough. Hold on. I'm going to erase this one. Eraser. Again, AGC, CGA, AGG, UGA, CUG. So let's just do it. AUG, I already know that one. That's met. That's usually going to be the case for when you're transcribing because that's your start codon. So there is met, done, AGC, AGC, serenine right there, AGC. So there's serenine. I'm going to put that one below so they don't get all jumbled up. Serenine, or serine, excuse me. And the third one I'll put above, that way they don't get all jumbled up. This is really small. CGA, CGA, right here, arginine. So I'm going to put A, R, G, A, G, G, same thing, A, G, G, arginine again. So you would do A, R, G. So this is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. This is the fourth one. I'm writing with this crappy tool. Sorry, it's so bad. And then UGA. I already know that means stop. So that's stop. But it asks you to do the whole sequence. So go ahead and do the last one, even though technically you should stop. Go ahead and do that one for good measure because you're not sure what the reader is going to be thinking about. So CUG, CUG, leucine, LEU. We're done. So this was my sixth one. A lot of people did not break this up and they got lost. And I got met, serine, stop, met, serine, arginine, stop. I was really being very detailed. I was looking for this entire sequence of amino acids. And I had several people that literally only had 5 amino acids. And it wasn't because of stop. They even had leucine, but they missed this middle one. I think this 4th amino acid that they missed. That was not one that was missed all that often, to be honest with you, though. The one that was missed, next was the easiest one, and it freaked me out. I was like, oh, here comes some more kids trying to come in. There was a couple of, number 3 was, oh man, I knew people knew what they were doing. They just weren't paying attention to what it was. It says here, to determine the DNA sequence from this mRNA. So you had to go backwards. You had to go from RNA to DNA. So you literally had to go backwards. And so I'm just going to do the first one. That's going to be enough. You'll get the point then. Let's do that first codon here. AUG. So AUG, the DNA, it said to go from, what's the DNA sequence that would give me this RNA sequence? Well, because we're kind of going backwards. Well, what would give me this? Well, T, U would pair with A, and then G would pair with C. You had to do that for all of them. That was it. That really wasn't that hard to do. You just needed to pay attention to what it was asking you. A lot of people just transcribed it again. There were some questions in the chat box, it looks like. Let's see what people had to say. Oh, yeah, you guys see that now. I'm like, oh my God. No, there was a lot of people that did it. There was a ton of people that did it. So I'm going to release them in a moment. Actually, I think you can go back and you can look at your answers already. I opened it up. You can go back and you can look and see what you put. I opened them so you can see them. Okay, let's go. Let's see, somebody else has something in chat. Oh yeah, I know. There was a lot of people that knew how to do it. But look, the thing about this is you've got to have to do it fast. They're not going to let you sit around and take as much time as you want. They're going to give you 90 seconds per mark. That's what they want you to do. 90 seconds per mark. You need to hustle, hustle, hustle when you're doing these. So let's go to the last one. Last one you guys did pretty well on. I was pretty happy about it. I was pleased. You guys didn't fall for the tricks. This one was kind of tricky, but most people got it right. So let's see. And it really, all this other stuff is kind of superfluous. It's just background information. You already know what that is. It's telling you that these are DNA sequences. Really, let's look at what the question is. I want to read the question first. Just like on the ACT, read the question first and then think about what you've got to do. Which strand of DNA is transcribed to which codon in the mRNA sequence? So here's my mRNA. So which of these two corresponds to this? Well, again, do I want to do the whole thing? Probably not, because you can see already that first base is different. So if my first base on my DNA is different, I just need to see U is going to, if I go backwards, is going to transcribe to what? What would give me uracil? What base in DNA gives us uracil? Drop it in the chat. What base would give us uracil in DNA? What would be my base? That's it. You got it. You got it. So already we know it's going to be strand number 1. I know it's strand number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate B, and I'm going to eliminate D. So all we're dealing with now is A and C. So let's look and see what we got now. So it's either the second or the third. Well, which is it? So, and it's right here. So which tRNA anticodon? So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I know it's AAU, UUA. Right there. right there. And if I want to confirm it, I know it says DNA strand 1. This should be exactly the same, except for instead of uracil, it should have thymine. It should be TTA, and it is. I see TTA right here. 1, 2, 3. Yep, right there and right there. Done deal, Lucille. We are cooking with Crisco. It is C, so I can eliminate A, and therefore it is C. Most people did pretty good on this, though. The average grade was 60, but that was taking everybody's grade. But the mode was 75. Most people scored a 75 on this particular question. Most people, I mean, not on this particular question, on this quiz. Most people did 3 correctly and did not get to the 4th question and missed this one. If you got to this one, most people got it correct. But most people were getting 1, 2, and 3 correct. It was just when they got to the 4th one, they didn't have much time. But if they did have enough time, if they did practice, they did pretty well. Is there anything about this that you guys want to ask me questions about?
Mr. Pope,
Yeah.
could you check my answer for the 3rd one? Because you said that we were supposed to translate it back to DNA, right?
Did I not open it? You could check it?
I checked it, but I want you to check it.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because whenever I go to yours, I'll show everybody's grade. So I need to get to yours and then share my screen again, okay? So hold on a second. Tarleton, who is that figure? Is that little girl that found the alien and the Hawaiian kid on that
Yeah,
cartoon?
that's for Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
Lilo.
I remember that cartoon. Lilo and Stitch. I forgot the name of it. I just remember the little girl that found the alien. You guys are aliens. Jesus. Genetics. Your 3rd period, right, Tarleton?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's go. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. Let's off to work we go. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. Hi ho. All right, here we're going to share Tarleton's I think this is you, Tarleton. I understand you asked for this. So let's look, you wanted to look at number 3, right, baby?
Yeah. You're going to show everybody I got it wrong?
I don't know. Oh, this is the question. Oh, shoot. I gotta stop sharing just for a second again. Shoot. I don't know. I'm gonna show, you asked for it, so let's look. What do you want me to do? Wave a wand? I mean, if I'm gonna display it, I gotta display it, so. There you are. Oh, I loved how you got that one correct. Oh, I didn't give you credit for it? Oh, let's see, maybe I found something wrong. Maybe you argued for a point and you got a point. That'd be nice. Let's see. AUGTAC, AGCTCG. It was right here. This is it.
Man.
You see it? It says.
Oh!
C.
I missed it by 1.
I know. Baby, I'm going to read everything you guys write. I'm not going to give it a once over. I'm so sorry. I know you knew how to do it, but I've got to treat you like Ivy would treat you. Otherwise, I'm not going to give you justice. I'm so sorry. I wish that I could wave a wand and make that cytosine guanine. I wish so much I could do that, but I can't. That sucks. That sucks bad. Because I got a feeling I bet you're a fantastic daughter. If I had to guess, you're probably A-class daughter.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool.
Yeah, you'd probably be, you sound like you'd be a fun kid to raise. My daughter's hard. She's tripping me out. Okay, what's something else anybody wants to bring up to me?
Mr. Pope.
Yep.
So for number 2, I know there was like this codon LEU or something like that. Do we just ignore that completely when like if it's after stop?
Okay, typically, yes. I would ignore it. I would completely ignore it. But in this case where it says sequence of mRNA, I would go ahead and sequence it all. Typically you would stop, yes. But be on the safe side, especially because it's UAG, that stop, there's only one more to go, write it down. Write it down. In fact, let's go check the rubric. I haven't looked at the rubric yet. I'll look at the rubric later on. If I'm not smart enough to know the rubric, I'm an idiot. I shouldn't be teaching the class. Let's go look at the rubric and see what it says. Am I sharing my screen where you guys can see it?
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of things I could have asked you. Oh, there's no rubric on here. Let's see if I can expand the rubric. Mark scheme. There it is. You didn't have to go any further. See, you didn't even have to do stop. You could have even done this and left off stop. I didn't take off points. If people put stop and didn't go any further, I gave them credit. If it had been me though, I think I would have went ahead and put it on there, but it looks like they were pretty cool. It says, look at this. It says, do not accept peptides containing an amino acid leucine for the last stop. Wow. So yeah, you had to put stop.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
And I was having people do that anyway. Like, remember when I taught you guys today in mutations, when you got stop, I was like, stop immediately. Like, don't go any further.
Yeah.
But I didn't, I don't know. I didn't count off if anybody did, but I will make that point clear when we come back. That's a good question. Thank you for asking, Earl.
So how come Tracy got points then if she put LEU at the end?
Well, I mean, I'm being kind.
Can you be kind to me too? Because I put that at the end.
Did you miss it for that reason?
Yeah, I think so. If it was start, sir, arg, stop.
Let me look. I'm going to stop sharing. Let's go look at yours. Is that Father Time? Who is your avatar today?
He's a Cupid from Tangled.
He's a Cupid from what?
The movie Tangled, the best movie.
Oh, God. The best movie. The most terrible movie. I think this is yours. Let's see. It's Eral. Nope, yours wasn't for that reason. It should have been arginine. You went start, serine, arginine. You put proline. You made it. That was your problem.
Oh my. Okay. All right. I know what I did. Never mind.
Now you see it. Yeah. I'm not going to let too much slip past me. I'm going to read these things.
Okay, it's okay. I understand what I did.
Okay. Yeah, that's the whole point, right? Any other questions before we leave this The Pope is Right episode? Terrible. Oh yeah, terrible. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you guys to go play. Hey, where do you guys need to go play? Where does everybody need to go play in?
In the streets.
Play in the streets, baby. Play in the streets. Play in the streets, as Miss Martinez says, play in the streets, not on the screens. Not on the screens. All right, you guys be good. Adios. Adios, Cupid. Adios, Cupid.